day it was on Wish.com when I discovered a truly frightening revelation. They now have a refurbished store. Yes, my friends, high-tech, huge savings, fully refurbished and refundable within 30 days. So Wish are out here selling you not only junk that's brand new that doesn't work, but apparently junk that's refurbished that also doesn't work. Let's find out. Oh boy, okay, all right. Well, the first thing I see is a refurbished Galaxy Z Flip 5G for $289. I like the #1 review from Tiffany, 4 stars. It was alright as far as the phone goes, but they sent me the wrong color and it was locked to a service when it's supposed to be unlocked. I would say, Tiffany, no offense, that's probably a little less than 4 stars if you get a different color device that's locked instead of being unlocked. So this is a little desktop for $92, the Chuwi Core box. And it's probably not gonna be very fast. I mean, we're talking a dual core, 5th gen Intel processor. I mean, for 91 bucks, this might be all right. No, wait, what is this? Could they show a MacBook Air and a MacBook Pro? What? MacBook Air /Pro, 11/13 inch. What am I getting here? Is this just, I pick whatever I want? Oh my God, dude, you pick the size. And the size doesn't say, oh, MacBook Air Pro, whatever. It just says the model number. So unless you are well versed with the difference between an MD760LL and an MD2240LL/A, you don't really know what you're getting. Sure, add to cart. This is gonna be garbage town. A Galaxy Tab 3, which is ancient. I do think this tablet is about as old as half the people watching this video right now. This Droid Mini is, oh good Lord, when did the Droid Mini come out? I wanna say that was like 2011? This is a very old phone. For 55 bucks, sure, I'm down. That's a legitimately neat item. So with that, let me hit that big red order button, give it 2 to 5 months for everything to show up, and we'll see. Was it really a good idea? I'm not gonna finish this. Of course it's not a good idea, but we'll all go on the train wreck together. Oh wow, our items from Wish have arrived. All of them showed up relatively quickly, and I believe they were all from various US sellers.
Wait, these are Wish refurbished?
Are you here without understanding the premise of the video? Did you not watch the first 2 minutes of the video before you got here?
No, that's not, no. We don't watch Austin Evans videos, what?
Okay, so this is the Lumia 735.
Yo!
And they say refurbished, this is like in the box. If you're not familiar, Nokia was once a great friend and partner of Microsoft, so much so that actually they purchased the company. And when Microsoft purchased them, they basically made them exclusive to Windows Mobile or Windows Phone as it was known a little bit later. How much did we pay for this Lumia 735?
A whopping $60.
60 bucks? This is the kind of stuff that I could absolutely get behind. Some sweet Microsoft branding on my 5-watt USB. Actually, was it 10 watt?
This isn't the first time we've seen a Microsoft plug on Austin's channel. Got him!
This is certainly more of a collector's piece than something that you would actually want. But the fact that I found this brand new in box on Wish, and I could do an unboxing of it 8, 9 years after it first came out, is really cool. But like, oh, look, it immediately pops up. Look at that. Look at that. We are firing up as we speak. Can we check this not an OLED?
That's not a $12,000 phone because that's what an OLED was back then.
No, the S3 had an OLED, and S4 and S5 had an OLED.
This has a OLED display. Look
No
at that.
way.
720p, 312 pixels per, what?
Okay.
I called it, boy!
Now he's gonna glow.
He's gonna gloat.
No, it couldn't be an OLED. Ooh! Oh, we can't get in a taxi. It's so far away.
Okay.
Where's the sidewalk?
Okay, why are you, don't attack us.
You know, sometimes I'm right, and anytime I am, I'm happy to proclaim it from the rooftops. Austin was right. Austin was right. So it's gonna be a little slow for sure, but let's see if we can actually watch a video here. It's loading. It's got 1 gig of RAM, okay? We have to be patient.
Wow.
Ah, it works. Hey, this is fine. I still have a lot of love, and look, I'll admit it, definitely rose-tinted glasses. But this era of hardware and software, I feel like had a lot of potential. I think this is also a phone, because we ordered a few phones here, but...
Is it ringing?
No?
Then how do you know?
It's true.
Not a whole lot of
Because-
scientific deduction. Oh, okay.
Oh, it's our Moto Droid XT Mini.
Droid.
Okay, so we just took a look at that Lumia, right? Feel how heavy this little is.
You are out of control today.
Back in the old days, before Android was a household name. There was Droid. Droid was a very, very big deal, and there were a number of Droid models. And this is the Droid Mini, and boy oh boy, is that just fill my hands up real nice. Oh, we know, okay, I will say, so unlike the Lumia, this one has certainly been used. It's in, I would say, quite good condition. It also has 1080p video and 10 megapixels. What year did the Droid Mini come out? This must have been 2011?
11 or 12?
2013.
13.
2013! We've got an always-on display, the active display. We also have Droid Zap, which allows you to instantly share with a simple gesture of choo-choo, choo-choo-choo-choo. I will say YouTube is struggling real hard on this guy. It is so slow, which it shouldn't be a surprise considering that it is over 10 years old. This is a sample of the video coming straight off of the Droid Mini. It is like saturation and like contrast cranked up to 100. Oh my God, you're zooming in. For 2013, this is actually really pretty neat. Thankfully, we have one more phone. I have it right here. It's a BlackBerry mobile device. I like the fact that I take off the screen protector and yet the screen looks no different.
Oh great. That was in some CEO's ass crack when it sniffed that shit. Like, why would you do that?
Where exactly do you keep your phone, Ken?
I like to keep it between my...
Okay, never mind. Moving on.
It's nature's pocket.
My mom watches this channel.
That's not where I thought that sentence was going.
So we've got a wide variety of apps here that are mostly BBM, which is the only reason why you'd buy one of these. One of the things that made this slightly more of a businessy phone is that this was outfitted with not only the micro USB, but also the micro HDMI, meaning that you could plug it into a dock and actually try to use this as maybe not a laptop, but at least a device that you could sit down with a keyboard and type and have like an external monitor and stuff. Like, I think RIM were really trying to have some kind of relevancy because by the time this phone came out, the iPhone was absolutely dominating. Android was completely eating BlackBerry's lunch. Even Windows phones still existed. Like, it was one of those things where they had to try something, and unfortunately, they were not successful. It's not awful. Let's try the camera real quick, because unfortunately, as with lots of older phones, outside of a couple of key apps, they don't really do anything anymore. I bet that looks beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful. Now, we have to decide here, like, is Wish actually a good spot to buy refurbished tech? Like, so far, at least with older tech, it's a resounding yes. Prices have been good. I would say the condition has been solid, but why don't we try some slightly more modern tech that you actually may want to purchase to see if this is the same junk as everyone else sells, or if Wish are really onto something. This next item drew my attention for one reason and one reason. Actually, no, technically two reasons, but really one reason. Are you familiar with our friends at Chuwi? You know, Chuwi?
Like the Star Wars character?
No, not Chewbacca. No, this is the Chuwi core box. It's a little unclear. We purchased it for, what was like $58 or something?
No, it was almost 100.
Whoa!
What? No, it was $57, right? This is a little desktop for $92.
We paid almost 90 for it. You can buy it now for around 60.
Wait, it was from 90 to 60 right after I bought it? Damn it. Okay, well, behold,
Okay.
the Chuwi.
Wait, actually, that
The
looks
Chewy!
kind of dope.
It's like a little mini Mac Pro. I purchased this as a refurbished item. This thing is brand new as hell. I wonder why we keep getting these brand new items in the refurbished section. Is it either that Wish are lazy and they only have like a handful of refurbished items and they're just putting a bunch of new stuff in there to fill out the segment, or B, because it's a brand new thing, they're incentivizing the sellers, who are actually the ones who fulfill the items, to put stuff at really good prices. Either way, I'm batting a really good average on brand new items that are supposed to come refurbished, and that's pretty cool. Let's actually set this thing up, get it like fired up. So we've gotten ourselves into Windows 10. Let's see what we've actually got to work with here. Spec-wise, we do have that Core i5-5257U, which is not like a terrible CPU. We have 8 gigs of RAM, which looks like it might be upgradable. A 240 gig SSD. If this was actually used, which I don't think it is, I'm pretty sure this is like a brand new computer. If this was really used, I'd be like a little borderline for $90, right? But considering that this is a new system that seems to have a fully like authentic copy of Windows 10, and this is enough performance that you could do basic like home tasks on, or like use as like a NAS or something. Like, it's not terrible. You may be asking, wow, that's a really scuffed Xbox Series X you got there. Well, thankfully this was not from Wish. This is a refurbished Xbox game from Wish. Now, I think this should be pretty straightforward, hopefully. I'm just curious on like, what kind of refurbished Xbox game does Wish sell? So it's very simple. Oh my God, wait. This is from VIP Outlet. That's a VIP Outlet label. So it says this is Watch Dogs 2 Deluxe Edition, includes extra content, doubt. But let's take a look at our $9 copy of Watch Dogs 2. But there you go, Watch Dogs 2 shows up. So I actually think that this is a functional game. So while we let our Watch Dogs install, what if I told you that there's a company who has made the perfect accessory to go with your Xbox Series X? Yep, you heard me right. I'm talking about Sony. Wait, that's a...
Sony?
Okay, so you know how I just was pointing out this is a VIP outlet label? This is a Target label. Clearance was $99.99, now $29.99. How much did I pay for this?
You paid a cool $40 flat.
So some mother went out there and bought this on clearance from Target for 30 bucks and resold it to me for 40 while having the audacity of leaving the... And we have our InZone H3. I have a little bit of a problem with this headset at 100 bucks because it just doesn't feel quite that expensive. But at like 40 bucks, this thing's a no-brainer. So as much as I'm not happy about the whole clearance thing, this is fine. This is okay. It's brand new. I got a good deal on this. As far as playing Watch Dogs 2, I mean, if you really care about Watch Dogs 2, you can feel free to. But the inconsistency in the quality of the items and where I'm getting them from does feel a bit concerning. Like, just because I get 4 or 5 good items, I think I could just as easily get 4 or 5 absolutely trash items. There's no real, like, solid feeling of quality, like, oh, they're actually on top of this. It just feels like Wish is just randomly grabbing stuff from all over the internet and just reshipping it straight to you. So when I saw a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip listed as a refurb model on Wish, you know I couldn't say no. Now, this is a Z Flip 5G, which is technically the Z Flip 2. It says store eBay. Did I? I definitely purchased this from Wish, but it's actually, it was from eBay. Huh, okay. Let's take a look. That's very unusual. This is our Z Flip 5G. I will say that bronze looks terrific. I just like that colorway. And the screen is, oh snap, this actually looks like it's in good shape. I think whoever bought the Z Flip did not use it much because it actually feels like fresh. And keep in mind that this was a $1,450 phone when it came out in 2020. I will say the only real flaw I can see with it, and it's really small, there is a scratch on that outer screen. It's subtle, but there is a little scratch there. Whoever refurbished this, they didn't actually completely wipe it. So not only did it jump straight into the interface without needing me to log in, but it does have the battery level app on installed, which you would think that they should have actually wiped. That being said, everything else seems to be in good shape. The screen itself, I mean, I'm looking at it with a white display. It is in good shape, so there is no burn-in that I can see. Clearly no like scratches or anything. Oh, the outer display is broken. Normally, if I double tap the power button, so you hear it, so if I press this button, that's gonna take a photo right now. But I do not see it there, so that's the downside. Is this worth 290 bucks? I think it's an okay deal. It's not terrible. If you want to get a folding phone, you don't want to commit to a huge amount of money. Like, this actually is still decent. But the fact that it came with the broken outer display, like, it's not that useful. But I don't buy a refurbished device to have a almost flawless thing. Like, I want all of my screens, buttons, cameras, all that kind of stuff to function. And this just doesn't. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to contact Wish and say, hey, this outer display doesn't work. Give me a refund, give me a discount, give me a swap. Whatever they recommend, I will be open to, but I'm gonna basically see if they can do something to make this right. I gotta say, the return process was actually pretty smooth. So I was able to use their AI chatbot online to process the return. They gave me a prepaid shipping label, I shipped it off, and within less than a week, I have my refund for the Z Flip. No real questions asked, I didn't have to talk to anybody, so thumbs up for Wish. virtual customer support, I guess. So inside this box is a MacBook of some variety. So when I purchased this on Wish, it gave me a MacBook Air / MacBook Pro with a bunch of model numbers and sort of specs, but I don't actually know which one this was. For $217, it looks like a MacBook Air. So I guess I'd have a MacBook Air now in a case and a power adapter. And that's it. First impressions, this is in shockingly good condition, not only with the case, but also just physically. Like this MacBook looks, I would say A+ quality. Like honestly, there is nothing that I could possibly complain about when it comes to this being a refurbished machine. Uh-oh. Up. Yay! This MacBook Air did so many things right that they sold a gajillion of them, and they're still good computers even today. Now, the big downside, I would say, is with the screens. So this is, I think, on the 13, it's like a 1440 by 900. Like, it is the opposite of Retina. And that was one of the main downsides to using these MacBooks, is that the screens are mid at best. So it is running High Sierra right now. So it is a 1.8 gigahertz Core i5, 8 gigabytes of RAM. Now let's actually see what we're working with as far as battery, because that's one of the things that I always worry about with a system like this. Ooh, okay. 408 cycles, and it is service battery condition. So that's a big problem. I would, if I had normally purchased this, I would probably spend another $50 to put a battery in. I do want to take a look at one more item that we're going to try with this. I have bought a number of AirPods from Wish, and they were all fake. 100% of them were fake. These are supposedly real refurbished AirPods Pros. So what better way to experience my beautiful new MacBook Air than with some real good AirPods Pros, shall we? All right, inside we've got AirPods Pro 1.
Well, I really hope they're real because we paid almost $150.
Oh God, that's so much money for used AirPods. Good Lord. All right, these are the first gen 2, which I feel like you could probably buy new if they were still around for that much. Because like you can buy AirPods Pro 2 for like $200. So the fact that I got the last gen refurbished, yikes. Let me first start by making sure this is a real wireless charging case. So I'm gonna turn on my power sharing. Okay, so theoretically, if I put this on my Z Flip, it will start to charge. Yes, okay, cool. So it is the real wireless charging case, that's cool. Let's try to actually listen to some music or something on these. Now, I don't wanna be too judgmental on these because I do think that because this version of macOS, I think predates the AirPods Pro, it's like sort of semi-supported, but the controls are being finicky. Like they kinda work and they kinda don't. Like yeah, it will pause, but it won't play. The AirPods Pro do appear to be authentic, but hell no are they worth $150, right? There's just no shot that you could do this. Now, yes, they are refurbished-ish. I mean, they seem perfectly clean. There's nothing that's obviously wrong with it. The value alone kind of makes them a no-go as far as I'm concerned. Now, this MacBook is a little bit more of a tricky subject because I do believe that this is a very minty 2017 MacBook Air. Like, I will give them that. It is in excellent condition. The problem I have is not so much with the fact that the battery is in poor condition, which it would be nice to know that, but that kind of speaks to a bigger overall problem with Wish, and that most sites that sell you refurbished stuff are very clear with what you're getting. You're gonna see the condition, you're gonna see the grade, you're gonna see an explanation of the battery life may be low or maybe scratched, whatever. But on Wish, it's like, hey, it's refurbished. Deal with it, sucker. Sometimes, in fact, I would say most of the items we got today were actually in really good shape, which is impressive. I am impressed by Wish Refurbished. But the inconsistency gives me huge pause before I could recommend it because I could have just been lucky. Like, none of this feels like, oh, Wish is the spot to get your stuff. Like, Wish is the spot if you want to roll the dice and hope that you get something decent. Because I feel like for every good item that's in great condition, that's new in box, that's a great deal, there's probably just as many absolute stinkers out there, and you have no real idea of how to separate them out. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, ring the ding-a-ling button, and let me know, is it time to give Wish a A+, or should we just wish that we had moved on to a different topic? One thing I'll mention is that while I was going through the return process, I was looking through Wish and I noticed something. They have removed the refurbished section. Now to be clear, Wish still sell lots of refurbished items, but they no longer advertise it on their homepage as that they're the home of refurbished stuff. And while you can see some refurbished categories, none of them directly line up with what we were able to order in this video. Which got me thinking on how serious is Wish really about this refurbished stuff? Austin was right!